Hi. Oh, I'm distorting a little bit. Give me a second. Better? Yeah, that's better, I think. Hey, thanks for tuning in. So this is the first live stream ever. No, it's not the first ever, but it's like the first of many more live streams that I'm going to do from now on. The reason why I haven't been live streaming so far was because I was reluctant to the work it would take to set it up, but now I finally decide to do the work once, and so I'll do a couple of different things. One thing I'll do is just live stream my music production. So whenever I produce music and I feel like it, I will just switch on the stream and stream what I'm doing. So you can subscribe to the channel, Twitch channel, to make sure that you don't miss that. The other thing, and that's what I'm going to do today, is that I will talk about my music production. Because I think for some people, just watching me produce music will be a little bit boring, for the reason that producing music is very tedious, so it really takes a lot of time. And often I sit here for like 4 hours and nothing really happens. And so you would watch a lot of stuff happens, but nothing comes out of it. So you would watch the stream for a long time, and yeah, you wouldn't get anything out of it really. So that's why once in a week I'm planning to talk about my production, which I'm also going to do today. So it's kind of like a best of my music production of the week. So you will really have some insights into my work there without having to spend like 8 hours to see what's going on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Let me check real quick here. Let me switch this on. And here is our Ableton. So one question, is the chat working? Because I don't see the stream chat. Chat. I don't know. Because I thought the most fun thing about Twitch would be to interact with you guys. Problem is you can't chat with me and tell me how to switch it on. That was the one thing that I couldn't check up front before I did stream, because you actually have to stream to check that. Anyway, I'll just start talking about my music production. Let me see how the chat. No, it's still not. I don't know why there is no chat. Yeah, I'm new to streaming and new to Twitch streaming. So maybe some of the people who are friend with me on Twitch can tell me how to switch on the chat. Cool. So here's a song that I recently worked on, and it's actually finished already, but I want to go through it with you together and tell you a little bit about what I did here. It's from the Dota 2 music pack. By the way, the pack has been submitted start of April, and originally Valve told me it would take like 2 to 4 weeks to release it, but it seems like it takes a little longer now because of they told me they have a lot of moving parts in the release of Dota 2 and all the things that are going on there, so they cannot really say when it will come out. But it's been submitted and I'm just waiting for them to release it right now. Okay, cool. So this is the track. I already gave a little preview of this track on Instagram. Oh, let me check real quick, because you see the chat here. Yeah, that's I don't know. Anyway. So this is I already gave a preview of the song on Instagram. So this is this one here. And so on. I'm not going to play the whole track right now, just because I want to get to the actual production. So style-wise, you can hear what I wanted to do here. This is a laning track. So when you're laning in Dota 2, this is one of the tracks that will play. And for the laning tracks, for me, it was important to have them like on a medium energy level, so they're not too much in your face, because you want to concentrate on the game. And also they shouldn't distract you. And also sound wise, I tried playing the tracks in the background while playing Dota 2, and I noticed that you have to soften them sound wise a little bit so they don't clash with the in-game sounds. So that's one of the reasons why the track sounds like it sounds. And yeah, so the main thing that this track started with is the melody, which is this one here. So this is the melody, and this melody was originally, let me join that here. This melody, I originally wrote it on a piano, not thinking about anything where I would use it. And the interesting thing here is that originally I wrote it like this. Now, let's hear the difference here. Can you hear the difference? So, between this and that. Yeah, so this is, even though I didn't really change anything here, I just changed something here, and that's that the tempo is swinged. So let me show this to you real quick. Let me just make a new region and put some notes in there. So if you just do this, okay? So you have a straight grid here, and it plays like this. Right? It's just, so this is just one note repeating. And what you can do, what's kind of typical, why people say my music is glitch hop, is my music is not actually glitch hop, but my music does something that glitch hop also does. It swings the notes like this. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do this in other programs, like if you're using FL Studio, for example, or stuff like that. You got to figure out, but I'm sure you can find a tutorial. It should be pretty simple. So it changes the timing of the notes, but it's still, here it shows on the grid, and when you click commit here in Ableton, you see what it actually does. So it delays every second note. But if you would program it like this here, it would be really annoying because you don't have a grid here. So how Ableton does that is you just keep it on the grid, and then you tell Ableton to delay every second note. And that's what I did here. So instead of playing this, once again, instead of that, once again, it sounds like this. So this gives it a more bouncy feeling. Okay, so here, I told you I wrote the melody independently from the music pack and everything. And how I originally wrote it was like this. This was the first production I did of the melody. And so on. So it was originally I played it on piano, yeah, like this part actually. So the piano that you just heard, that is what is like the backbone of the song. And I just wrote it on piano, like I think probably 2 years ago or something like that. So that's quite a while ago. And that's often how I work. I just collect music ideas and I have them in my mind for a real long time. And then at some point I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is how I'm going to use it. And this is how it's going to translate into an actual song. And this, what you just heard, is the main menu of Dota 2 in the Dota 2 music pack. So when you get into the main menu, it will play this part here. And that's one thing that I really love to do, and I really enjoy doing it in the Dota music pack, is connecting the different tracks with each other. Which is a little bit, you know, like, for example, Star Wars, where the main themes, they come throughout the movie and they're not just like one-offs, you know. And sometimes computer game music, video game music, they just play like different music everywhere, and I really enjoy connecting the songs with each other. So for example, it's this part here, right, that you heard. Okay, so this second melody that you heard that started here, this is also the second melody I use in the laning track, and also in the countdown of the when you start a battle. So when the countdown is going on for when you start a battle. Oops. It's a different thing. So as you can hear, that's the same theme that I picked up from here. Same thing here. It's with different instrumentation and it's with different chords and stuff like that, but it's the melody and the kind of the chord progression is the same. And then I picked the same theme up again. And by the way, this countdown, I made it a little like a, I don't know how to pronounce it in English. It's Ouverture in German. Yeah, Overture. I don't know how you pronounce it in English. So it's like an opera, like classical opera. When it starts instrumental only before the screenplay, before the stage play begins. And the music already gives it like a preview of what's going to happen. And that's what I did here. So I took a couple of different themes from the actual music pack and merged them together here in this part. So this is the different part of the music pack, which comes later. This is in a different part, and then once again, and this one here as well. So it's different musical themes mixed with each other. So, okay, so once again, this is the melody, and we're picking it up here. So that's as you can hear, it's the same melody. Right? But in a very, very different vibe. And that's how I connected the different songs in the music pack. Cool, so let's get into the actual production. So this, like, the most important thing, of course, is the rhythm music, which means the most important thing is the melody and the chords. And how I executed the production here is like, it's pretty straightforward. It's not like something like, I don't know, something crazy. It's very like how it's kind of typically executed. So we have the melody here in the main instrument. And that is just, it's a mixture of 4 different sounds here that all play the same melody. So it's this one, which is Omnisphere. Oops. I don't think, yeah, it's kind of a preset that Omnisphere comes with. I think I modified it a little bit. Let me switch off for a second. Let me switch off the effects. So this is one of the sounds. And then it's this one here. It's just a marimba, which is a little bit, I cut off the decay of the marimba, so it's a little more tight. And then you have, this is a self-made sound. And then this is another preset. And if you mix them all together, it sounds like this. But now it's still missing the space. So if you want to give space to your sound, if you want to give space to your sound, like the really typical way to do it is like this. You just add 1 delay, which means so I'm using Replica here from Native Instruments, but you can do it with any sort of delay. So what you do is, if you just listen to the delay itself, so it plays now, like when I have 1 note, it does this, right? It gives an echo. So this is the original signal, and this is the delay. And what's important is that the delay, if I just play the delay signal here, is that you cut out a little bit of the high frequencies and the low frequencies. So this is the full signal. So on the delay, you cut out the high frequencies. And that's basically it. You just have it like, because I programmed the whole thing in double tempo, as you can see up here, in 178 beats per minute. So I had to do a straight quarter delay. So the timing is quartered, so it's just a dong, 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 dong. Every quarter comes the echo. And I have a little bit of feedback on it. So this is the delay signal. So you take the dry signal and you mix in the delay signal. So this is the first step, pretty simple. And then just add some reverb on top of that. So this is my reverb here. It's a vintage verb, it's really good. So this is dry. This is the reverb signal. And then what I used here is the one knob pump, it's called, which does this. So this is what it sounds like when you turn it all the way up. So it's just some sidechain compression, except that it's not actual sidechain compression, but it pretends that it's sidechain compression on the quarter notes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm really sorry. For me, the chat isn't working. Maybe my browser is not, let me see. It's not showing the chat. Let me check with another browser real quick. Twitch. So I'd like to see if you guys have any questions or anything. La 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 la. Here, so it's obviously it's the browser. So here the chat works. Hi. Make chat great again. Yeah, now it works. So if you got any questions, now I can see it. Who? Yeah, who? There was a running gag on Instagram, basically. Because I typed who instead of hi. Haha. The TheFatRat chat is working. Yeah, now I can see you guys chat. Do you use any acoustic recordings? Who? So like recording actual instruments sometimes, like, but not a lot. This one here, for example, was an acoustic instrument. Oops. This year. Yeah, the violin, that's an actual violin that I recorded here. Yeah, but other than that, and I recorded a couple of other violins on the Dota music pack, but not a lot more. Most was done in the computer. So is it comparable to LFO Tool by Xfer? I don't know LFO Tool, but I think it's comparable. It just pushes down the signal on the quarters. That's all what it does here. This here. And just a little bit. Just a little bit. So it's just I think it's something similar. And somebody asked me, yeah. The one knob is very simple. So somebody asked me if I have a tip how to get over a writer's block. Just basically, I feel like I'm in a writer's block like 95% of the time. And you just have to keep doing it and allow yourself to produce shitty content. And then keep doing it. And J.K. Rowling, she once said that you have to get all that crap out of your system by letting it out. And you will see a lot how I handle this in future streams. Because you will watch me, if you tune in, you will watch me producing a lot of really shit music, and that's how I get over writer's block. It's just by keep doing it. Oh yeah, somebody's asking, could you release unfinished projects? Yes, I'm about to do just that because I have hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds. Some of them have actual potential, but I just didn't find the ideas to continue it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make them all public, and everybody can mess around with them. What else do we have on questions? What do you think of Reaper? I haven't really tried it. I know it. But I can't tell you a lot about this. Sounds more naturally, for example, limiter or something. Hi Chris, is there any way to combine sounds more naturally, for example, using limiter or something? I don't know what you mean by more naturally. Please specify. Do you like Cubase? Somebody asked, do you like Cubase? Yes, I really like it. I started on Cubase. It's like together with Ableton Live, my favorite software. It's really, really good. Someone's asking, is there any specific way you process vocals? Just keep watching my streams in the future. I will certainly process some vocals there, and we talk about it. Oh, you can't see the whole Ableton window? Yeah, sorry. Huh. Let me switch to this real quick. Something I forgot. So let's switch this to AD. HD. Better? Someone's asking, I want to stream, but some of my VSTs are cracked. I have Ableton Intensity license. How do you deal with copyright license plugins? Have you all licensed? Yes, I have everything licensed. If you want to stream and some of your stuff is cracked, just on the stream, use the ones that are not cracked. And by the way, talking about this thing, I strongly recommend buying the software, not for legal reasons, but I totally prefer buying one instrument and then really get known to that instrument instead of having like a ton of cracked software. And because when you have so much stuff for free, you tend to not really dig into the stuff. And so I would recommend just buy one software like Silent or Serum or Massive or whatever you think works for you. Try the demo, and if you really like it, then buy one instrument, and you can make so much, get so many different sounds out of those instruments today. Do you use Serum? Yes, I use it. Are you a millionaire to have it all licensed? No, I'm not a millionaire, and it's not that expensive actually. Not that crazy. Also, if you want to buy software, subscribe to the software developers and newsletters. Once in a while, they go down in price like 50% or 75%. So I know what software I want, and I'm subscribed there. So whenever they offering the software really cheap, then I'm usually buying. So someone's keep asking about an instrumental for No. Yeah, I think I should just add it. I actually don't know. I think I just forgot. So I'm just gonna go back to the song for now and just answer song-specific questions for the moment. So if you have any other questions that are not song-related right now, just keep them for now, and we'll talk about it later. So this is the melody here, melody combination. Then we have like the drums here. I like the simplest drums possible. It's a kick drum, just a plain kick drum sample, and I filtered out the high frequencies to have it real soft, because I wanted a soft sound because it's playing in the background and you want to hear the in-game sounds. And then there's a clap, which is from Stylus RMX. But you can get clap sounds like this everywhere, so that's not a big deal. And then there's another clap loop from Stylus RMX. This comes in later though. And so these are sounds, as you can see. So here, down here, you can see in this area, you can see the effect. So this here is the instrument. So there's like absolutely no effect on the clap. And here I just added a little EQ. So the original sound sounds like this. So what I did, I cut out the low frequencies, which you don't really hear, just keeps the sound clean, because I don't want the low frequencies that are in there to interfere with the kick drum and the bass. And then I EQ'd out these frequencies here. These here. I took them out a little bit. This is the original. Yeah, just to give it like this. This is a very sensitive, like 2K. That's where the most important instruments should play. And since this is a loop, if the clap plays on 2K, that's okay. But since this is a loop, it plays all the time, it would like mess up everything. So that's why I took it out a little bit there. And then I have a hi-hat offbeat. And those are the drums, like super, super simple. And then the loop. Yes, so any specific, what made you want to make this like? I don't quite understand the question. No, there's no loop from Monody. No, that's not from. I don't think that's. Maybe it's in there at some point. Maybe, yeah. I really like this loop. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in the middle part somewhere. So those are the claps, the drums, and there's this little break, and those are the drums. So this is really simple. Oh no, sorry, I forgot something. Ha, this comes in here. Some bongos. So I took another loop, and what I did is I took a similar loop. So I searched two loops that are similar to each other, and then I panned them left and right. So now you have like sort of a stereo loop. So this is added in here. So this is the loop, once again, the hi-hat, the clap, and the kick. So it's like... Exactly, that's it. So those are the drums. Yeah, really, really simple drum patterns. That's right. And then a crash. It just plays when it drops. So it's pretty simple. So then we have the bass. Also pretty simple, really soft bass here. This is Silent, and what I did here, it's like very simple. It's just if you use Silent, you can see it's 8 saw here. So let me. So this is a saw oscillator here. But it's not 1, but 8, and slightly detuned, and low pass filter on it, and that's it. Very simple. And then I just EQ'd out those frequencies here, and that's the bass. What's actually important here is the movement of the bass, because it's not playing just the main notes, but it's like it moves. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna back up the bass here. So if the bass would just play the if the bass would just play the bass notes, like the I only know the German name, the Grundtöne, the bass notes of the chords, I would play like this. And so I would play like this. So this would be like a simple bass. But instead of this, I'm gonna take this over here, mute it, and put in this one. We could even this here, could even could even do it like this. It's not much of a difference, but adding those little things, for me, they make all the difference in the end. So it's one thing that I really love doing is giving the bass some movement instead of just having it play the bass notes. Grundtöne, exactly. Please enable audio saving in Twitch configuration. I don't know. I do it next time, okay? So this is the bass, and then we have chords, also very simple. Oh, this is an offbeat chord, marimba, just marimba from Ableton, from the Ableton sound pack, and this is offbeat, so it goes like this. So this is a kick, together with the claps and the hi-hat with the bass. Yeah, Pretty simple so far. Then let me show you these chords first. So we have this one. This is a Omnisphere patch here. No, it's not a patch. I think I built it. So this is a Zimbira paintbrush sample on Omnisphere. And this is added with a very simple saw synthesizer. And another saw synthesizer. And they just play the chords. So, do we have any questions? Is the panning in the patch included? Which patch do you mean? So for now, the questions just... I'm just gonna answer questions about the song right now, because otherwise everything's going... or just music production related questions right now. Oh yeah, I'm recording the whole stream, and I will make a new YouTube channel, by the way, which will be called TheFatRat Vlog, and I'm gonna put up everything there. So if you ever miss a stream, you can just watch it there. So I don't know, the panning of the patch, and some patches the panning is included, and some it's not. Oh, I probably mean this one here. This one. I think this comes already with the panning. Cool. So those are the chords. Really simple. And bass. And then I have this one here. This is a Omnisphere patch once again. It's a kalimba, and it just arpeggiates the chords. And once again, which is really important, it has the swing, so it doesn't play straight. Otherwise it would sound like this, but it swinged. Cool, so this is almost everything now. Just a few more things. With the drums. Yeah. What I liked about this kalimba marimba-ish, which is like very, very popular right at the moment, but especially with this chord progression here, it reminds me a little bit of Monkey Island 2. I don't know if anybody of you knows that game still. I love that so much. It still feels a little bit like this. So, and then we have the strings. Like I said, I wanted a really soft sound because we wanted to play in the background, so it shouldn't be too much rhythmic, but more pad, atmospheric sounding. So this is just from Nexus. It's from the Hollywood expansion, Blockbuster Strings. Oh, you can see the mastering chain right now. It's just, someone's asking about the mastering chain. The mastering chain is just this one here. It's the Kramer master tape, which is kind of optional. So this is with it, this without. I use it to capture, like, or to put down some of the highest transients, So the limiter, which comes next, this is the limiter. Doesn't have to do that much. What I'll do, like, this is like a pre-master. If I would do the final mastering, I would just do this. And there you go, it's mastered. Seriously, I don't think mastering is that important. I think I'll do a special video about mastering at some point. Now that I have everything set up here, if I want to record a video and explain something, I can just turn it on and record it, and there we go. Cool. So this is, like I said, this is almost it. Now we just in the second. So if we have this here, now we add the melody, we are already finished. So here in the second half, I added something, which that's really important. So you repeat the whole melody, sort of, almost. It has some slight variations, but it's important to add something so it doesn't get boring. So those gospel claps come in here. Oh no, these ones that we already heard, and then horns at the very end. They don't play yet, but this one comes in. This is this is just the trombone sample from I have a lot of libraries. This is just a trombone sample from the East-West Quantum Leap Symphonic Orchestra, this one here. And it's the trombone staccato. And then some horns. And this is also from the Quantum Leap Symphonic Orchestra library here. I just placed a couple of notes here, and another horn. And together it sounds like this. So there's a bass. Yeah, and that's a lot of money in libraries. The thing is, I've been producing music since 2003, I think, and you just collect them over time. That's why it's so many of them. And a lot of them, they were in the complete package. And I bought it once, I think, for $600 in the US. And that's it. And then I updated it once again for $200, which was an investment. But I think it's like 80% of the libraries that you see here are just part of the complete package. Most of the stuff here, and then a couple more. Cool. So yeah, that's this part. Okay, so now comes the second part. And what's really important about the second part is that it changes things. Otherwise, it gets boring. So if you produce music yourself and so the way kind of this works is like, for example, I did it in some songs, but by far not every song. But one song that works like that probably most of you know is Unity. And Unity does the same thing. It has like one A melody, like da-da-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, and then it comes up with a B melody, which is dum-dum-dum, da-ba-da-ba-dum, dum-dum. And both melodies are written in a way that once you're finished with that melody, you enjoy hearing the first melody again. And when you have the first melody, you enjoy hearing the second melody. So you can kind of go on for a pretty long time. And so that's what I did here. There are a lot of songs that I did that I don't use it. For example, Windfall doesn't use it. Xenogenesis does not use that technique. Timeless doesn't use that technique. But Monody once again uses it. So Monody has dum ba dum 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 ba dum dum. That's the one melody and the whole thing, and then it goes da 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 da. Yeah, and that's the B melody. And this song uses the same technique. So this is the A melody. And this is the B melody. Yeah, and what's important is, first of all, the chord progression changes when the B melody comes in. Because if you just keep the same chord progression here, you have way less of an effect. So if I just play the background, the instrumentation almost stays the same. So if I play this. So, yeah, you can hear it changes. Bye, Everstorm. Thanks for joining us today. So the chord progression changes, and then what's really important is when you do a B melody this way, that the phrasing is really different to the first melody. So the first melody is da-ka-dum, da-ka-dum, da-ka-dum. And the second, so it's like small fragments, da-da-dum, da-ba-dum, dum, da-ba-da-ba-dum. It's like very small fragments of melody, and then the second melody does something like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, which is like a bigger arc over the melody, sort of. Maybe it sounds really weird what I'm telling you right now. It's like my musical thinking, and I'm trying. It's more something that I feel. It's probably hard to explain, but maybe some of you get some use out of it. And yeah, once again, it's the other instruments, they almost stay the same. So if I turn off the effects here and the melody, you can only tell by the change of the chord progression that it changes. So here, so all the instruments stay the same, but what we have, let me switch this off once again, but then we have the different instrument coming in. And this is, once again, a stack of different sounds. The first one is a Nexus preset, I think. Yeah. I don't even know exactly where I found this, to be honest. It's somewhere in those libraries. It's actually an arpeggiated sound, but I switch off the arpeggiator and sounds like this. I use it. I love using it. And then those ones I bought specifically recently. It's from Koto Nation. I don't know where I have it now. It's shamisen sustains. It sounds like this. It's just a sampled shamisen with a little EQ on it. And a little more EQ. Just taking out some of the mean frequencies here. So if I switch them off. Yeah, this is the one frequency that I'm taking out. So there were just two frequencies in there that I thought, oops, sound a little harsh. So I EQ'd them out. And this, I think, is, yeah, this is actually Koto sample from the same library. And this is once again how I did it, like I made it stereo. So I have this one in the middle. This is the middle one. Up. This is the middle one. And this is on the left. And this is on the right. And all together. Nice and wide. And then what's really important is that I just added some effects when it gets into the new section to make it obvious that it's a new section. Which is a bass drum roll. And it's a bass drum hit. And this sounds, I think, what do you hear? What game do you think starting now? Anybody? I'm talking about a specific game. Yes, Skyrim. Probably he used that sound. Right? I think he added some other bass drums on top of it. But it's the, once again, the Quantum Leap Symphonic Orchestra Wagner drum. Tschüss. So it's this roll. And this one. And then a cymbal. Yeah, and that leads into the new part. And once again, we have a horn in the second section here. And then it's basically just now the instrument repeating the melody line with a little, oh, and a high string. This one here. And then it comes back. Oh, so someone's asking what's the chord progression. Let me look. I don't have a keyboard at the moment. That's a problem because my daughter, she broke the keyboard. Let me show you. Just a second. Looks like this. Yeah, the other keys are broken as well. So I can't play them right now, but I can look into here. Yeah, they do that. So the here it's C sharp minor. Let's take that. So it's C sharp minor. It's A major. E major and B major. Really very kind of popular chord progression. Really nothing special here. Sometimes I use special chord progressions, and sometimes I use very standard chord progression. And then it changes to A major, E major, B major, and C sharp minor, And this is the bass movement again, which I really like here. So that it, you know, that dum 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 that it goes down there. And then repeats the whole thing. A major, E major, E major, B major, C sharp minor, E major, E major. Oh, it's changes here. Those changes are actually important. So it doesn't repeat the whole thing, but it goes down to, I think it's F sharp minor. Yeah. And then it's a G sharp with a 4 sus, I think it's called in English. Vorhalt. Quadvorhalt. So if you understand a little bit about chord progressions, you'll see that it's pretty common stuff in this case. So if someone is asking, do you have music theory in your mind while creating chord progressions, or is it just some jammings with your keyboard? I think I don't have music theory in mind on purpose, but I always have it in mind automatically because I made music for such a long time. So I'm trying, but what I'm trying to do more is jamming the keyboard and not thinking about it too much, because you want to come up with new stuff. And when you think about it, you just can't, like, when you think, oh, this is how it's done, you do what it's done and you do what has been done before. C# is a very cool program language. So are there any reverb on the saw synth? You mean, which saw synth do you mean? You mean this one here? No, I think this has no reverb on it. Because it's very, how do you say? It's very, has a long decay already. So if you would add reverb to this one, it would only, and it's very thick sounding already. So adding reverb here would only blur the whole thing. This one has reverb. Because this one without reverb, the sound is thinner. So this one has more bass to it, and this is more like very, you can see the frequencies here, it's very much in the middle. This one is a little thicker down here. Right? The other one's more here, and this one's very much in the middle. So this is why this one got reverb, and this one didn't get reverb. That's what happens when you're a sound and you're thick. You don't get any reverb anymore. Yeah, I also use reverb a lot. Any other questions? Is Valhalla Vintage Reverb also on the return channel titled Reverb? The return channel? Do you have a return channel? Yes, I think. No, it's another one. But I'm not sure. I think I don't even use it. No, it's the return channel is not used. I think it's just because I had it in my template. Which keyboard do you want to see? This one here? It's like a gaming keyboard, which I will gonna rip out if I hold it any higher. Cool. So this is most of the song, just the intro. Let me show you the intro real quick. So in someone's asking any parallel processing, parallel compression, parallel saturation. Not on this project here. Not on this. Sometimes I use it, not on this one. So the intro. This is a flute sample I made. From a flute library called Desert Flutes, I think it's called. And I rendered it because the library takes like a lot of memory. So that's why I rendered it here in Ableton audio file. So this is one. And then I have two atmospheres from Omnisphere. This one here. It's like a wind. And then this one. And so those are these ones here. And then I added a gong. And then this little thing here, which might be interesting. So this is this is a sound I made myself. It's a square oscillator with a lot of filtering on it, as you can see here. If you switch the filter on, sounds like this. And then the filter goes a little bit up, so it starts softer. Then the filter goes up a little bit and goes down. And you don't really like notice it actively, but you know when it comes in here. And that's it. Yeah, we're gonna listen to the whole track in a minute. And then someone's gonna capture it and put it on the internet, and I'm not gonna care at all. That's a good thing. So I'm really relaxed about it. I can't even switch my microphone off, so you don't hear me breathing. And so the reason also why I started the last thing, the reason why I started the song like this is that in Dota 2, I like it when the music comes in like soft, because it's like after a battle or something, music turns off, you just have the game sounds, and then the music comes back in at some point, and I don't want to like have it crushing on the player. So you're playing, you only have the game sounds, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, music's playing, oh, and the microphone's falling down. So that doesn't happen to you. I wanted the music to come in smooth, so that's why you're playing. You have the you have the game sounds playing, and then right comes in real soft. Okay, cool. I'm gonna play the whole song now, and I'm gonna mute my microphone. And I hope I remember to turn it back on again after I play the whole song. Oh, sorry, I muted us, the melody here. I'm gonna play it again, no worries. Why did the mic turns press space? That's why. Because I the mic turns on when I press space. one last try. No, okay, and I'm gonna no, I'm not trolling you. I'm gonna turn off the mic, and then I'm gonna start the track, not by pressing space, but by pressing play here. Okay, I even remembered to turn the microphone back on. Cool, yeah, thanks. Glad that you like it. Like I said, it's supposed to be a little lower energy, like mid-energy song, because you want to play Dota for hours and hours, and this part of the music pack is supposed to, yeah, be chilled, like somewhat energetic, but also chilled at the same time. And opposite to the battle tracks, for example, I can play you just one of those. They're gonna be more energetic, of course. Let me play one of them. For example, this one here. Yeah, so this is one of the battle tracks, and one is more aggressive. And actually my favorite is the Roshan track. I don't know how to pronounce Roshan. Roshan. Keine Ahnung. I really like this one. This is much darker. Yeah, this one, I really like that one. Much other energy, of course, than this one. Right? But when I play whatever game, I don't want to hear that sort of like super energetic music all the time. I just want to have it at the right spot. So when you battle Roshan, then you get the music. Cool. So let's switch to some. So this would be the music production for today. Once again, I'm gonna do a lot of actual streaming music production, which might be super interesting and might be extremely boring, depending on the day I'm streaming, because it's not like I have planned anything. I'm just sitting there producing music, and you may watch something great happen, and maybe you may watch nothing happen. But every Friday, that's the plan, I'll just do something like this. Usually I will explain whatever I did throughout the week. Yeah, the Monody project. That would be like a 5-hour session. It's actually 3 projects. Someone was asking just about the Monody project. Someone's asking, will we also see some gaming or other things? Yeah, at some point. It's not my first priority, but I'm also going to do some gaming as well. Cool. So you can just hit me some other questions that you have. The first I'm going to answer right now is about my name, TheFatRat. It's from my nickname at school, which it was in the 90s when I went to school. And it was meant to insult me. I was the smallest in school, and I was bullied a little bit and stuff like that. So I decided to take that name and wear it with pride. That's basically what I did. So that about my name. Any other questions? How did you meet Jordan Grimmer? The Jordan Grimmer is the guy who does most of my artworks. I just found his artwork, which is the one I use for Unity. And when I put out Unity, it was just a self-released song without any label or anything. I don't know if it would make any money or stuff. So he had this artwork already done, the one for Unity, and I asked him, hey, can I use it for my song? And he said, yeah, just use it for free, which was really nice. And so when things became bigger, I asked him, hey, can you do my other artwork? And I also paid him something for the Unity artwork. I just tell them, hey, the song has become so big. What do you want? What shall I pay you? Yeah, but I just met him through this artwork. Yeah, when are you going to release the MIDI stems on the Arcadium soon? You know what? I'm going to give you the stems now already. I just failed to deliver them to the Arcadium website, which I don't run personally. But I have the MIDI stems here, the vocal stems, and I just share the link right now. Let me see. Masters. Mayday. So here's the if I put it in here, let me see. Does this post? Yeah. So here's the. I don't know if the vocals are dry, but it's the vocals. They're probably wet. I don't know. You gotta check. But those are the vocals. The link that I just posted. Someone asked, did you see Eurovision and what was your favorite? I did not see it, and therefore I don't have a favorite there. Sometimes I watch it, sometimes I don't. This time I didn't watch it. Do you have a Discord server that we can join? No, not yet. I'm gonna post it soon. Okay. Do you have any tips for anyone who wants to get into music production? So just get yourself a DAW, a digital audio workstation, which is what you're looking at right now. And that could be FL Studio, Ableton Live, Cubase. Most of them are really good today. The DAW that you choose is mainly a matter of your personal preferences. You can make great music with all of them. And get the demo version and just start playing around with it. That's how you start. Someone's asking, is mayonnaise an instrument? Yes, if you use it the right way, it's definitely an instrument. Someone's asking, could you do another music video with the stuffed TheFatRat, the one that I used in Dancing Naked? Probably not. Probably not. That was fun, but it was a lot of work to animate it, so I don't think I'm going to use it again. Someone's asking, how did you meet Laura Bream? I had 4 different singers recorded for Monody already, and I wasn't quite happy with it. And I reached out to a couple more singers, and she was the one who responded. And yeah, and then sang it. So I just found her through her voice, through another record. I don't remember which record it was, though. When is Lil Snack making a return? I don't know. I think he's really busy, Lil Snack, with getting a lot of tattoos on his body right now. And as soon as he's recovered from those heavy tattoo sessions, probably he'll make a return. What's your stream ID? Well, let me post now. Someone's asking, are all your songs linked like in the same universe? Most of them. Not all. Most of them. When you make collaboration with different singers, do you actually pay them or just do it as a hobby? I always pay them, and I pay them well. so they also get shares of the song, because I think it's really important. As an artist, there are so many people who are trying to make, like, take a lot of money from you. And I think it's really important that us artists, that we stick together and we don't screw each other over. So I give shares and I pay them as well. Is Lil Snack your secret twin brother? You two sound very similar. No, we just not that I would know of. I don't think he's my twin brother. Cool. What's Stream It? Not Steam. Oh, Steam ID, not Stream ID. Good. Thank you for bringing this up. Let me switch here. So I cannot take any more friend requests on Steam, because now I see myself twice here. It's kind of confused and delayed. Wait, let me turn that on. Okay, cool. If you want to friend me on Steam, I'm TheFatRat, and you can recognize me because I use the same profile picture like here on Twitch. And but you have to send me something like cards so I can level up, because my friend list is full. And you have to send me a friend request. So if you send me cards to level up and a friend request at the same time, then I can level up and then accept your friend request. So that was it for today. I will be... Thank you for joining. Who exactly? Thanks for joining in. And I will be back next week at the same time. And in between, I will do a lot of streaming as well. No need to cry. I think I'll be back Monday morning. And probably every day. So you will see me a lot, I think. And then I will do actual music production. And then on Friday, I will talk about that again. And I will also do another YouTube channel, a vlog, where I post like tons of videos. Thanks. Glad you liked it. And see you soon. Bye.